Good evening, this is Suzanne with Warrior of Light Coaching. Tonight I want to give you some food for thought about active listening. In our lives these days, we are so connected that we forget to truly engage in conversation and listen. Just imagine the dinner table or the restaurant. Nobody seems to be talking, everyone is on their phones, tablets, whatever, and we don't actually seem to be listening anymore. I know the dinner table used to be about catching up on your day and what has gone great and what were some learning experiences. Now sometimes, at least for me, it seems like it's more a challenge to get everyone put their phones down and tablets down and actually engage into conversation. Also, I have experienced several times that active listening seems to be missing. Just in conversation with friends, sometimes I just want to vent. I just want you to listen to me. And people on their phones, they're texting, they're emailing, they're checking Facebook. I know I have done this too while talking to someone. And I've become very mindful of that lately, thinking, oh my gosh, how rude was that of me? At least I think it was rude. Instead of giving them my attention, I'm like doing 5 million other things. So, and also when you share your success stories or your pains with your friends, and sometimes there's the feeling of they're not listening, they're just trying to give me a quick fix and make it stop. And it's really not always about providing a solution to something. It's more about being there and listening and letting someone vent and letting someone tell you what is going on without even passing judgment or offering any solutions to whatever is going on. So active listening is about really showing that you're there, listening, and focusing on the person ahead of you. And, sit relaxed, however that looks like for you. And truly engage in the conversation. And listen, do not interrupt in the middle of a sentence to ask a question. Wait until there is a breath and you can ask the question. But question not to challenge, but question to clarify so you can gain a better understanding. Also, go into situations more with a mind of not judging. I know we all have our preconceived notions, and in many ways we automatically judge situations without actually listening to what is going on. I know I have done it, and I'm trying to work on that to become a more active listener and leave judgment behind. You need to pay attention to how that person talks. Are they using their hands? What are the facial expressions? All those nonverbal cues. Are they tense? Are they relaxed? That can also give you a deeper understanding of what is being said. Further, bring emotions into it. If you hear emotions, if you see emotions, reflect that back to the person saying, I see you react this and this way while you're telling me this. What is your emotional connection? Actively listening means actively engaging and being mindful of the other person's need to simply have a conversation. Not to be there to just fix it and get it over with so you can get back to your phone or whatever else. I mean, take the time, even on a phone conversation. I know I'm been guilty of that and answering emails and doing other things. Listen, if your friend calls you in the middle of the night and says, I need someone to listen, listen, be there, actively listen, and be comfortable with silence. Silence always brings out this need in us to fill it instantly because we're uncomfortable with silence, and silence is not okay. Doing interviews with different people and so many interviews over the years, some of the best information for whatever story I was writing at that moment came out of silence. I don't try to ask too many questions. I ask more leading questions. I repeat back what I've heard, and I am absolutely comfortable with silence, because then you actually get to the bottom of what is going on, and you can engage actively in listening with not filling the silence. Let there be silence. The first few times you do this, it's going to be absolutely uncomfortable, and you're going to be edgy and wanting to just shout, just say something. But learn to be comfortable with silence. I have learned, like I said, over several years of interviews, sometimes the best, deepest, most important information comes out of that moment of silence when that other person starts back up to talk. So be mindful, even of your posture. Are you closed off? Are you open? Are you relaxed? Or are you tense? Or you tapping your fingers going, okay, let's move it on. I got to get going. Actively listen. It seems like something so simple that we have lost in our constantly over-engaged, overstimulated society. Actively listen. Turn off the TV, turn off the phones, and just listen. I had that recently with my sis. It was beautiful. We were just sitting there and just talking. It doesn't even have to be something deep, absolutely deep and meaningful, but just a simple conversation of catching up and talking about what is going on without interruptions. Not only feels good for the person who might be doing most of the talking, but also to the person that is listening. You're connecting with that person on a deeper level. So put down the phones, pay close attention, don't try to solve everything all the time. Sometimes all someone wants from you is to listen without judgment, is to listen and truly hear them. Those are my thoughts for tonight. A little food for thought. Try some active listening. See how that goes for you, and even how it feels to receive that. I hope to see you next time. You have a wonderful evening. This is Suzanne, and I wish you good night.